Hey friends, this is the Mrs. Wolfie from our half-acre homestead. Well, yesterday we dispatched our 3 big meat birds. 2 of them went in the freezer, and 1 I'm cutting the breast meat off for canning. So let's do that. Here's our canner with the recommended amount of water in the bottom and a splash of white vinegar to keep my jars from clouding. Now I am cold packing the meat, so the jars will be going into the canner cold so that we don't have any breakage. Our jars are washed and ready. Let's get to cutting up chicken. Okay, so here is our chicken. And here's my crock pot for bones. I'm going to be putting them in the crock pot for tomorrow's soup. These were really big birds. They're like the size of a 10-pound turkey. Now I'm just going to go along the breastbone here and see if I can't just cut most of this meat off of here. Put that in a bowl. No, Gracie, you don't get raw chicken. Make sure there's no bones in that. There's a little bone there. Any little bits, they're going in the crock. Like little bits of fat and bone. Let's go down the other side now. I know this isn't the proper knife to do this, but it's one of my easiest ones to handle. Let's get that bone out of there. You know what? I'm not going to make this carcass into soup tomorrow. I think I'm just going to put it in a bag in the freezer for the next time I have lots of vegetable stuff to make soup, to make a nice stock. So we'll just save that for making stock because there's still lots of nice skin here and some meat. Yeah, that's going to make a beautiful stew soup one day really soon. So let's just get a bag for this, shall we? I'm just going to put this in a bread bag. With all these bits and into the freezer, that goes. Now I'm just gonna cut this up. Let's just see. Half-pint jar would do Howie's lunches for 2 days. We drop these in. Washed and rinsed lids in a jar of warm water. I put them now in a jar because I can turn them one inside out, one upside down, and they don't stick together. Here's all my washed rings and tiny bit, like a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Always wipe your rims with a clean, damp paper towel, wetted with vinegar. Clean washed lid. And Bob's your uncle, that goes in the canner. These little pint jars are also great, half-pint jars are also great for chicken salad, you know, pasta salad and stuff. Okay. Now I'm doing these teeny tiny little 1/4 pint jars. And one day soon, I will show you how I make Howie's lunch with one little jar of this chicken. And just a pinch, whoops, just a pinch of salt. So in here I have 5 1/2 pints and 3/4 pints. Now, I have washed my canner, given it a good scrub. I've soaked the ring in hot water because it's been a while since I used it. There we go. We're going to lock the lid, and as soon as we're going to turn it on high, and as soon as this starts to spout a steady stream of steam, we will set the timer for 10 minutes. Never skip the venting of the canner. Venting the canner for 10 minutes pushes all the air out so that when you put the weight on, the inside of the canner creates the right pressure. So never skip a step. All right, it's on high. We'll be back when that's spouting a steady stream of steam. Our canner is now producing a steady stream of steam, and I'm going to set the timer for 10 minutes. And there we go. We'll be back when that's done. All right, our timer has gone off. And I like to soak, when I haven't used these in a while, because I have calcium and stuff and this gets rust, I like to soak these every once in a while in some plain white vinegar to keep them clean. We put our little weight on here. This is a 10-pound weight. If you live 1,000 feet or more above sea level, check your manufacturer's directions. Your weights and canning times may be different than mine. Now, as soon as this gives us a vigorous jiggle, we are going to time this chicken for 75 minutes. It's 75 minutes for pints, 90 minutes for quarts. Anything less than a pint is canned as a pint, so don't worry about it. So as soon as we get our first vigorous jiggle, we will set our timer. And here we go. Our first vigorous jiggle. So I'm going to turn my canner down to just between medium and maximum, and I'm setting my timer for 1 hour and 15 minutes. Our timer has gone off. Now we're going to shut off the canner, and we're going to let it cool naturally. Okay, it doesn't have to be cold, right? But it does have to be comfortable that you can rest your hands on the side of the canner. Don't shake the weight. Don't wrap it in wet towels. Don't take the weight off. If you take this weight off right now, it will depressurize too fast and liquid will seep out of the jars because the pressure's coming out too fast. So there's a reason why these rules are in place. Don't shake the weight. Don't take it off. Don't plunge this in cold water. And for God's sakes, don't try and open it until you can rest your hands comfortably on the side of the canner for the count of 5 Mississippis. All right, we'll be back when this is ready to come out of the canner. And there it is. Each one of these jars will do 2 lunches or 1 supper for the 2 of us. And each one of these little jars will do lunches for Howie. This is the Mrs. Wolfie from our half-acre homestead saying when you've got canned chicken, you've got many, many meal options. Lunch or supper. Mwah! Take care, God bless. And remember, folks, if you're not using ForJars canning lids, you're missing out. Heavier than any other single-use lids on the market, they are a U.S. company, and these lids are of superior quality, the only lids I will use. Check the description box below this video for the link and use the coupon code HALFACRE for 10% off. Orders over $50, ship free within the USA. Check them out on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. They make the perfect gift for the home canner in your life. ForJars lids, you can't go wrong.